Hello everyone, this is Rick Passek, FlyFish Fanatic, and welcome to a tying bench. Today we're going to be tying a great little kind of an attractor nymph, check nymph, whatever, you'll see. Mainly for the rivers. I have used it with some success on lakes, but this is definitely a river pattern, so let's not play around. It's a fairly easy one to tie, a few steps that you got to be careful with, but overall fairly easy to tie. Going to start off with an oversized flat black bead, and I can't emphasize that enough, flat black. I found the shiny black beads just don't work as well. And then some Semperfli Nanosilk in black. Get that started. Nip that off. And then I'm going to take some vinyl D-rib or vinyl rib in medium, clear, and add that on. And I like tucking it right in underneath that bead. Just getting a nice crank. That's why this Nanosilk is so nice here. I can really crank down on it. And I'm really pulling on this vinyl rib just to thin it out a bit. And I'm going to come just slightly around that corner. Not a lot though. And then come back over. Get that out of the way. My material clip. Now I take a piece of lateral scale. It's just fairly simple pearl lateral scale. Okay, and I'm going to tie that in. And the cool thing is when you tie this lateral scale in with a black underbody, it actually turns the body green. It's kind of a neat little thing that it does. So if you use black thread, it'll actually turn the body green when you wrap this lateral scale up. Just flattening my thread. I want to cover this whole underbody portion as much as I can without building up bulk with black thread. I want that black underbody to show because I want it to show through in green. How's that look on your side? No, not too bad. So now I'm just going to wrap the lateral scale up, overlapping wraps. You see how it's kind of ends up getting that green hue to it? It's kind of neat. And I come right up behind that bead. I'll tie that off 2-3 times on top, a couple of times in front of it. Turn my vise, nip off my lateral scale. And now I'm going to take my D-rib and I'm going to really tightly wrap this forward. One right touching in front of the next one. You see how that kind of pearlized greeny kind of color comes through when I do that? There. On top, in front, a couple more on top, a couple more in front. Really want to make sure this is tied in well. Turn it around. I'll give that a nice close nip. And again, if you're not 100%, don't worry, we're covering it up right now. So now you've got a choice. You can use these pre-manufactured dubbings that are not pre-manufactured, but these dubbings like these. I got one here. Like this, like the hair dubbing, right, which is pre-done, which is awesome. But what I really like on this, I like using a mask on this one. So I'll take a Hares mask and I'll actually try to pick off some of these spikier fibers. I want that real spiky fiber on these ones. So I'm just going to pick out some of that spikiness. I don't want a lot of that under fur. I just want a lot of that spiky. Just going to lay that down for a sec because I forgot to wax my thread. You definitely want to wax your thread here. And don't overspin your dubbing here. You want it spiky. At least as spiky as you can. enough. So I'm just going to get a little bit more of that right off that nose section, which is kind of a bit more spiky, a little bit tougher, like a little bit stiffer. Looking pretty good there. You want it, like I said, you want this thing, you want that spikiness coming out of that rabbit mask. And then now I'll do it off camera, but I would put a little bit of head cement to drain down there. I like using the water-based head cement, just letting it drain down there. Right, just put a dab right on the bead and letting it drain down. Or I do it right into the thread when I whip finish it. And that's pretty well it. I'll just take my dubbing brush and just pick out a little bit, just to be a little bit more spiky, and that's it. Like I said, it's a very simple little fly. You just got to make sure that you get that nice and tight up against each other. It's really critical to get this tight, right? So, but you see how that's got a bluey green hue because of that black thread and then the lateral scale. It really is important with the black thread. You go with the green thread, you're going to get a different look to it. You go with white thread, you're going to get a different look. So just make sure if you want this look, this is how you do it. Use that black under thread and then that lateral scale. Okay? Hope you guys enjoyed that. The other thing you can do with this is get some like sticky back flat lead or whatever and put a layer of that down first just to give it some more weight. Or use an oversized tungsten bead. This isn't tungsten, this is just a brass bead. Alrighty? But if you want to get that down quicker, that's what I would do. Okay? Hope you guys enjoyed that one. Tie lines. Hopefully see you guys out on the river or on the lakes. And if you see me out there, make sure you say hi. And yeah, tight lines. And if you're subscribed, awesome. If you have not, why not? And yeah, we'll see you guys on the next tying video. Tie lines.